Welcome to the proud city of Stoke, whose success and history has been closely aligned to sport for more than 100 years. And while football has always been at the forefront of that identity, last year triathlon became a welcome addition to the annual calendar. 12 months on, we're back, and this year's race promises to be even bigger and better. This is the Stoke-on-Trent City of Sport Triathlon 2017. With a picturesque swim in the lake, a fast flat bike course and a run round the stunning Trentham Gardens, few triathlons offer a backdrop as historic or as scenic as this. This is a race weekend as impressive for its inclusivity as it is for its setting. With excellent age group races, a hotly contested club team challenge and a children's triathlon, it's an event that truly caters for all.
Now check this out.
Stoke-on-Trent is not just a city renowned for sport, it's also world famous for its potters. And as a lasting memento of their race here, the quickest triathletes will be going home with a very special trophy. A unique piece of pottery created and designed by a local artist. Even more motivation then for those hoping for victory. No doubt we're in for a great day of racing. Let's join your commentator Patrick Winterton for all the details.
UK Triathlon are one of the largest race organisers in Britain, putting on a range of events up and down the country for both relay and individual competitors, and with distances to suit everyone from novice to pro. There's even something for the younger members of the family, and here at Trentham, the Stoke-on-Trent UK Kids Fun Triathlon offers swim bike run for ages from 7 to 16. The bike and run both take place on grass, while the open water swim is carefully managed by the experienced organisers.
It's the safety aspect that's first and foremost, but the second bit is it's fun, achievable distances. And over the country, we deal with 3,000 children taking part in all our events, but they're swimming safe with all the canoeists there and all the divers to make it great and then challenging and fun for the kids.
The swim can be a daunting prospect for adults too, and many UK triathlon events offer indoor and outdoor pool swims. But sea swims and lake swims, as here in Stoke, are also available. The swim challenge here ranges from 200 metres for the super sprint to 750 for the sprint and 1,500 metres for the full Olympic distance. And in that blue-ribboned event, it was Tom Bishop who took the title in well under 2 hours last year during Stoke's reign as the European City of Sport. The legacy of those 12 months goes on, not only through this year's triathlon, but also with Stoke being shortlisted for the UK City of Culture 2021.
It's a local race event as well. It's always nice. I haven't got to get up so early in the morning to travel distances. So come here, support a local event, and a great course as well at Trentham.
I've not done anything water swimming before either, apart from the odd practice, so it's a bit of a new one for us.
A member of the Oswestry Olympians Athletic and Triathlon Club, Claire Birch is a strong all-rounder with loads of racing under her belt. She could challenge.
It's a very friendly event, this, isn't it?
It is very, very friendly, and that's why I keep coming back as well. It's quite low-key, but you get a nice combination of elite triathletes along with, the super sprinters, the amateurs. So it's really, really nice. Quite good atmosphere, good spread of sort of athletic ability.
The first waves of the day are reserved for those taking part in the longest races available, in this case the Olympic distance. Plenty of effort required for the 1,500 metre swim, 40k bike ride and 10k run. And with top quality fields assembled once again here in Stoke, it's all teed up for two brilliant men's and women's elite races.
The swim, of course, is first, and the distance 1,500 metres for those doing the Olympic distance triathlon. There will be those who can get close to the 21-22 minute marker. There will be those that take considerably longer. Dean Evans, he's a good all-rounder and always knew he was going to be in contention come the end of the swim.
This is my last race of the season. I want to go out on a high. I'm feeling fit, I'm feeling strong.
Lloyd Bebbington was the first out of the water last year, but then blew up on the bike, still hung on for second.
The swim in the gardens is great, and then the bike out and back. So it's pretty fast, and then the run around the gardens is, if you can take it in, I guess it's nice, but when you're digging that deep on that 10k run, then it's hard to take in the views.
2 loops round the 750 metre course for the Olympic distance triathletes, and then a long run up to transition, and Dean Evans with a time of 23:23, the first to get on his bike and set out on the 40-kilometre bike ride. Lloyd Bebbington just behind him, only a few seconds in it there. Those two could have a good race together. No drafting permitted in this race, so they have to stay 12 metres apart. But it's still nice to have company. Keeps you pushing all the way. Bebbington, perhaps the stronger of the two riders, and he'll be hoping to go into the second transition area with a decent lead. Stepping up from the sprint distance.
A lot stronger now, moved up a distance from sprint, so maybe lost a bit of speed, but got that endurance, so I'm hoping to go stick to my race plan.
So Bebbington and Dean Evans sharing the lead at the moment, and I can tell you that Will Morris was third through the transition area, so he's 100 metres or so, maybe a little more than that, down the road, and Will Morris pretty much an unknown quantity and quality in terms of this triathlon, so we'll keep an eye out for him. Bebbington second last year, really struggled at the end of the bike ride and then just survived the run. I think his run time over 10k was 47 minutes. He's capable of much better. Well, here's Will Morris, who's now in fourth, comes from Knutsford, so a quick journey down the M6 for him.
I've never been really up there with the athletics. I've always liked to do a bit of swimming. I've played a bit of water polo. I've always been really into my cycling. I'm a massive cycling fan, been following the Welter recently. So yeah, I thought, well, I used to swim and cycle a fair bit, like nothing crazy, and I've started doing running. I thought, well, might as well piece them all together and see how it goes. My first time doing this, my first time doing the Olympic distance, so I don't really know what to expect.
Well, that's a nice position to be in, so there's no pressure on William Morris whatsoever, but he has now dropped to fourth, and it's Chester Triathlon Club's Mark Benson that's come through into third place. The women are now out of the water. Faye Parker with the lead, Christelle Knowles in second, Claire Birch in third.
Nowadays, almost all big triathlons offer places to those whose journeys may be a little slower, but a lot more poignant than some at the front, and Stoke is no exception.
This is Kirsty Harris, and this is just one of 67 challenges that she set herself, all to raise money for the Encephalitis Society.
It's in memory of my dad, so I'm doing 67 different challenges between what was, I think, April this year and October next year, which would have been Dad's 70th birthday. So he passed away from encephalitis. I'm not an amazing sports person by any stretch, so it's something different, put a bit of a positive spin on the whole thing, really. I really like the swim, I really like the bike, and then I get through the run.
67, of course, the age her dad was when he died. She's done half marathons, she's done a half Ironman, she's done Scarfell, she's still got to do Snowdon and Ben Nevis. Roughly one challenge per week. That is a mighty big undertaking. We wish her well. Now, this is Lloyd Bebbington. He's the first of the men into T2, 1:03.09 on the bike. Ahead of Mark Benson in second place, and Dean Evans in third, about 2 minutes down on Bebbington. Will Morris in fourth position, and Will Morris, remember, has never done an Olympic triathlon, and he's done precious few triathlons, to be honest, and it shows. Well, he's away at last. He's got some time to make up, 3 minutes or so. Leading in the women's, Claire Birch. She's had a good bike ride and now can put pressure on the rest of the athletes with a good run.
I tend to race anything and everything that's just out there because it's a long time over the winter, I think, to train. So I just, go and race. That's why you train.
So Birch first out of T2. Steph Taylor in second place. Johnny Stubbs-Thrush was sitting in third. It's very tight between 2, 3 and 4, only 40 seconds or so separating those positions. And then we've got Amy Grocock down in 7th, 5:19 behind.
It seems like it's going to be quite a good course for me for the bike. Dreading the swim.
Well, she's had an amazing race. She was 13 minutes down on Birch after the swim. She's still 5 minutes behind, but gaining all the time.
I'm kind of like from duathlon background, so bike and run's okay. Enjoy the run, and run looks relatively flat, so should be okay.
How are you feeling?
Honest truth, a bit rubbish.
Well, she's still moving a lot quicker than the race leader, and she's closing her down at roughly 30 seconds every kilometre. Birch is under pressure.
In a region of such proud sporting passion, Stoke's Team Challenge attracts tri-clubs from across the county and the country, with a format that gives every club member the opportunity to contribute to the cause.
Lloyd Bebbington still leading the men's event and doing his bit for Newcastle Triathlon Club. Now, they finished second to Chester last year. Their biggest rivals this year, probably Night Riders, in distinct colours, and Frank Hamlet is one of their senior members.
We've got a mixed group. We've got plenty of people from all abilities just doing the best, that's what I'm saying. It's just full on, heart rate up to its max, we're going.
Well, it involves all ages, across all distances. The hardest part's working out who's won at the end of the day. Well, here's a trio of volunteers who are also going to be racing, mother and daughter, Carrie and Sophie Hoskins.
Carrie, you've roped in your daughter and your friend. Now, this has been a busy morning for the three of you because you've been registering everybody else, and now you're getting your kit on and you're getting in the water and cracking on.
Absolutely, yeah, it's been fun. Early start, 6 o'clock start, so yeah, great.
And after the swim, it's Sophie who has the lead amongst the three, and she produced a swimming time of 15 minutes. Fantastic.
Is your mum a bit of a slave driver on the training, or is she quite gentle?
No, she's quite gentle. We do a lot of our training separately, so I don't actually see what she's like in training, so I only see how she's doing on the day. So she's not too bad. I'm quite self-motivated, so it's fine.
Well, they're quite well separated at the moment. Sophie has a lead over Carrie of 3 minutes 11, but Carrie is a pretty good cyclist and a very good runner, so it's not over yet. And Julie Rainbow, the third of the trio, about 4 minutes further back.
How did you get roped in on this?
I got roped in through my friend Carrie, yeah. Just run with her at a running club, and yeah, just became friends about 5 years ago, and yeah, broke me into all of this.
Sophie still has the lead coming into T2, but 3 minutes 11 is down to 1 minute 6. It's a slim advantage over a mum who can run a bit. Here's Lloyd Bebbington still leading the men's race in the Olympic distance, but looking over the shoulder. Mark Benson in second place. He looks as though he's hurting as well. There could be a few changes in the order. Bebbington exiting the Italian Gardens, so that's just over 2.5 Ks completed. And as he comes out, it's Will Morris who's moved up into third. Now, Will Morris was 3 minutes behind at T2, and it only takes a minute 15 or so to get round the Gardens. The gap now 1:06, so Morris is having an absolute fly. Claire Birch, she's definitely suffering, but Grocock isn't. She's having a really good run. She was 5:19 behind. She's cut that margin to 2:37. Both the men and the women's races here are going to be very tight indeed, with 5K to go.
Welcome back to Staffordshire and the Stoke-on-Trent City of Sport Triathlon 2017. Now, irrespective of ability or experience, there's no doubt the stunning Trentham Gardens offers a unique, memorable arena for triathlon. And it's here amongst the landscape surroundings that the last instalment of drama will unfold. So let's get straight back to the action.
Lloyd Bebbington's been leading for a long time in the men's Olympic distance. He had a good swim, a good bike, his transitions have been excellent, but he is starting to hurt. And either he's shrunk his suit in the wash or he's picked up a stitch. I think it's the latter. Mark Benson still going, but he's about to be overtaken by the man who is covering ground quickest of all. Will Morris moves over to the right, I think to avoid the puddles rather than to stay away from Benson. It's a busy out and back course, but it's nice to have people around, and Will Morris looking very comfortable. Remember, he's the man who hasn't run an Olympic distance triathlon before, so we're going to find out whether he can stay the distance. Bebbington gets to see exactly where he lies, and the news is not good. From a minute 06, it's down to less than 20 seconds now. Claire Birch rounds the car to signify the end of the first lap, and she's soon going to find out that Amy Grocock is coming up fast behind her. There's Grocock on the right of your picture. She's now up into second place, having started the run down in 7th, and the margin just 1 minute 15. At this pace, she's going to have the lead in the next kilometre and a half. Fabulous run from Grocock. Now, we caught up with Kirsty Harris at the start of the race, who's completing this race as one of 67 challenges and trying to beat 3 hours today. How are you doing?
I was fine until I started running. This isn't my top one. This is definitely my worst. But we're nearly there. Ish.
The swim went well.
Yeah, swim was good. Bike was really good. Really enjoyed that. And then the run is always about just getting round for me.
Certainly on pace for the target time as we see Lloyd Bebbington, and that stitch has gone from left to right, and it does not look good, and it's not going to feel good in a moment because Will Morris closing the distance stride by stride. This is a fabulous run from Will Morris, his first ever Olympic distance triathlon, and he's absolutely smoked it. Brilliant stuff. I don't think Bebbington's going to be able to raise his game. He tries to, the cadence goes up for 5 or 6 strides, but then he has to resign himself to second at best. Might have to fight to defend second the way he's going. Will Morris, little look under the arm, he knows he's away and clear. Well, a great cyclist. He didn't have a bad bike, to be honest, but this run has been far more impressive. And here comes Grocock. She's just gone past Claire Birch. She's closed that gap of 5 minutes 19, so she's closed down a full kilometre on Claire Birch, and it's generally been the uphill sections where she's been able to do the damage. The 36-year-old fitness instructor looking very comfortable as she approaches the finish. Now, what about the mother-daughter battle? Sophie Hoskins still leading, had a very good swim, strong on the bike, but Mum is closing down. Here she is. She is a tremendous runner, runs with phenomenal cadence, very efficient. She does her park runs in well under 20 minutes, and no surprise to see Carrie take the lead. There's no letting the youngsters win in this game. Brilliant performance. And here comes Will Morris. He's going to take the men's title here. A little bit of a dark horse, but tremendous run from him. Bebbington second for the second successive year. Dean Evans in 3, Mark Benson 4th, but the day belonging to Morris, a time of 2:08.44.
When I saw first place, I couldn't quite believe it. I thought I was in 5th or something. I had to ask on the final straight, am I really in 1st? I couldn't quite believe it, so yeah, over the moon.
Morris taking 5 minutes off Bebbington on the run alone.
You gave yourself a great platform, but Will just came through like a steam train on that run.
Yeah, it was fast on that run, definitely. I did what I had to and went hard on the bike and just hang on the run, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, to be fair.
And what about Amy Grocock? 15 minutes behind the leaders out of the water, and she still wins.
It's only my second Olympic, so second time in a proper open water race. And then when I got off from the bike, couldn't feel my feet for the first 2 miles on the run. Felt like they were going to break. I'm pleased.
Claire Birch, she led for so long, couldn't hold off Grocock, but it's another good run.
The course is brilliant. It's fast, it's flat, there's no wind. It's perfect for everyone.
And the women's sprint title this year is going to go to Carrie Hoskins.
I can't believe it, your daughter was up after the swim and yet again you closed her down.
I know, it's amazing, bless her. I saw her, I don't know, maybe a mile and a half in on the run, and yeah, she's very gracious, so yeah. So, oh wow!
Here she comes. So close. You keep on coming so close to beating your mum.
No. Unfortunately, Mum is such a phenomenal runner that I can't keep up with her. I knew it was coming, so I just waited for it to happen, but I'd rather lose to my mum than anyone else.
Nice touch. And here comes Frank Hamlet. He stuck it out and got a good time for the team.
Everyone was smiling, plenty of banter, it was good fun, brilliant.
Kirsty Harris looks as though she's going to break that 3-hour mark and complete another challenge. She's done the ultimate half, she's done the Birmingham Tri, she's got plenty more UK Triathlon events to come, and she's inviting people to join her on her next one, which is 67 squats for 67 days. I'm tempted.
There's one lady this weekend who has not stopped smiling from start to finish. You smashed it.
I got under 3 hours as well.
What was your time?
2:55. I'm not sure what the seconds were.
Never in doubt. Never in doubt. Well, I don't even need to ask you if you enjoyed that. You're beaming.
It was awesome. Enjoyed it. I even enjoyed the run, and that's unusual. No, that was really good.
And could you sort of feel your dad's presence there with you?
Do you know, I only did one triathlon that he came to, and he walked me to the water, because I used to swim quite a lot, and when I was going up there I was a bit emotional. I was like, oh come on, pull it together. But yeah, no, it was good, and I think, yeah, it's nice to think he'd be up there. Someone was pushing me along a bit then, so I'd just like to think it's him.
Oh, it's brilliant, well done. Well, we look forward to hearing about the rest of your 67 challenges. You've still got over a year to go.
I know, I'm well aware of it, but I'll be back here next year for sure, so yeah.
Great stuff, well done today, brilliant effort.
Kirsty, of course, not the only one raising money for charities. Mark Lesniak and Alex Humphreys raising for cancer research.
Oh, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Support, absolutely terrific. Italian Garden's absolutely beautiful. It's an inspiration to run through there.
Wanted to fit in one more try of the season, and this was a good one to do. Really good, really well organised, it's brilliant.
It's the first Olympic one. Brilliant, loved it.
You look like you've enjoyed that.
Oh, it's brilliant, it's brilliant. You'll see me next time.
What a day it's been. I can tell you that Newcastle shaved the team event, and as we saw, Amy Grocott and Will Morris winning the Olympic distance events, both by putting incredible running performances in at the end of the day.
Once again, another cracking race weekend. Stoke clearly building on the legacy of its year as European City of Sport. We've had fun for all the family, and at the front, brilliant races to entertain. This is an event that continues to go from strength to strength. So from everyone here, bye for now. See you next year.